Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Evan and this is my very first sketchbook tour. I've been watching a lot of sketchbook tour videos lately and they all look really fun, so I figured I'd do my own. As you can see, my sketchbook is pretty plain. I don't usually put stickers on it because every time I've tried, like with this little one here, the stickers fade, and I didn't realize that people were like sealing them, so I just thought that there's something wrong with me, and like I was the reason they were getting destroyed in my bag. But apparently people seal those, so I might try it sometime because I got a lot of stickers that I don't have anywhere to put. Usually what I've been doing is like when I'm done with the sketchbook, I'll like draw on the cover. Like this is really old, but this is with some paint marker that is not a Posca. I think it was like a Montano or Molotov, either a graffiti pen. Yeah, but this is like super old. This is from like, I don't even know there's no date in it, so. But this is my current sketchbook, and yeah, let's just get into it. So the first page I always leave blank. I always have, like you can see here with the old one, that's also blank. I don't know. I think as a kid I was like always intimidated by like the thought of like having something immediately when you open the book, especially because I was like there's a lot of pressure to make it look nice, so I just kind of skipped it. But yeah, this is like a little note that my husband left me because I needed to remember to take a book to school because I was gonna lend it to someone. It's called The Rehearsal by Eleanor Cadman. It's a really, really good book, so I highly recommend checking it out. Yeah, and I started the sketchbook in August of 2025, and I'm not done it yet, but I thought I may as well do a little tour anyway. So I don't usually put the dates in my sketchbooks, but I wanted to get into the habit of it, so I started at least putting like the month approximately when I started, or like when I remember. So you'll see some months, but I think I've skipped a few, but it's no big deal. Anyway, so yeah, I got some new markers and stuff, so I immediately started testing them in the sketchbook. This is my character, Eve. He is an angel OC of mine, and basically, as edgy as it sounds, he's a nightmare angel. He goes into people's dreams, and based on whether or not they're a good person or were good in like their day, I guess, like if they behaved well. He's like a dream Santa, so like he'll either give you a nightmare or a good dream based on your behavior. So yeah, he's kind of weird, stares a lot, likes bugs. I'll probably talk more about him as I continue through this book. And then this was done with this pen. It's got like one side that's gray and one side that's black, and I thought it was really fun to play around with the two shades. Yeah, I just doodles, obviously, nothing really complete. This is Zeresh. This is my husband's character. He's also an angel, but of a different sort. He's like a fortune teller type of guy who eats gold and traumatizes humans, basically. I'm actually working on a comic called An Honest Night with Zeresh and Eve as the main characters, though Eve in that comic is a human. I've been working on it for a while. It's about 50 something pages, and I will be posting about it soon, hopefully. So once I'm closer to having it complete. Yeah, basically they go on an adventure. Eve meets Zeresh, and Zeresh tasks him with something. So, I'm very bad at summarizing things sometimes. So. But I'll definitely be posting about it more soon, more eloquently as well. So, this page, this was like a preparation for a lino cut. I was part of a workshop, and I wanted to have it pre-planned so that I could like not take a million years. I took a million years anyway. This is the final result. I'll edit it in here so y'all can see. I went with like an under the microscope type of like vibe with a tissue sample, but the tissue bits are like little kittens. It didn't turn out quite the way that I would have liked it to turn out, but c'est la vie. They can't all be bangers, so yeah, it's all good. It was practice, so yeah. These are little doodles that my husband did. He really loves Eve, like more than me. Like it's my OC, but he's obsessed with him. So, and you can tell I did not draw very much in the months of August through October because this page is October. But I got these markers, this brand, Molotov. They're water-based markers, which I didn't know was a thing, stupidly enough. So I was like getting really frustrated with not being able to blend them well. Like this was like a test, and I was like, why does this look so ass? But turns out you can't blend those as well as you can alcohol markers. So once I figured out that that was the reason and how to use them, I have grown to like them a lot more. I have like a whole shit ton now, but back then I was like, what the hell is this? So anyway, this is Ephraim. He is an Aboriginal Australian vampire, and I have yet to do anything with his story really, but I would like to in the future. I find Aboriginal culture very interesting and cool, so I would really like to do some like proper like research into the various tribes that existed and still exist, and the history of the country and everything. But that's a lot of work, so I have to set aside some time for that. But I will eventually, hopefully. So this page, I went to Hamburg to a comic festival last year in October because one of my comics was a part of it, and this is just stuff I doodled while I was there. I found this little guy on Instagram, like a little statuette, and so I did a little mini study of it. I hope Instagram, or not Instagram, YouTube, whatever, they're all the same. I hope I don't get shot for this, is what I'm trying to say. Because he's got a penis, but it's art, so I hope it's fine. Yeah, and then a bunch of thorns, bunch of guts. I really enjoy drawing guts and thorns, so you'll probably see a lot of that in the sketchbook as well. This was really cool. Unfortunate for the person that it happened to, but I think they were okay in the end. I don't remember where I saw this, but this person had some sort of eye inflammation where the whites of their eyes was red and inflamed and swollen, but their iris was indented and remained like normal. And I did not capture how that looked, and I would like to try again because it looked really, really cool. But yeah, that's the story behind that. It's more Eve everywhere. This is an idea for like a comic I had and still have and would like to do eventually. It would be a really long form one, so I think I'll have to finish my current projects to be able to start this one. More weird cut doodles to like kind of warm up and get loose. I was in Hamburg, I was at a museum, I don't remember which one, but this is a really cool self-portrait I saw, so it's a little study of it, like mini, because I really liked the way that the artist rendered his eye. It's called Selbstportrait, so self-portrait from Victor Brauner, and it was done in 1931 for anyone interested. Actually, you know what, I'll just post it right here. Edit it in. This was like a really cool plant painting that's, I wish I had written down. I think I have like a picture of like whoever painted this or like the name of the painting or whatever, but I didn't write it down in my sketchbook like an idiot. So that was the quick little study in the museum, and then I did my own like version later on, and I really like drawing guts and twisted things, so this was kind of perfect. It was like a cool little thing that I incorporated into other designs. Little kitten, more Eve. Eve has a big scar that basically bisects his upper body because his wings are like tucked in under his skin, and every time he unfurls them, they kind of rip out of his skin. He's a very bloody OC, like very violent things happen to him, but that's what he's there for. So, yeah, more doodles. I got a pink pen I really liked and lost, and I'm pretty sure my husband stole it, but that's okay. I will probably find it eventually. Little Silksong doodles, because I really, really enjoy Hollow Knight and Silksong. Those games are fantastic. I did like a little Eve in the world of Silksong, but he just looked like a penis head. So I was like, damn. Alright, yeah, and here you can see his scar wrapping all the way around his back. This is just a song I like. that kind of is like Eve, my headcanon, it's an Eve type song. This, yeah, more doodles, more testing out markers I got, and paint pens and whatnot. I was sad that this one bled, because I thought it wouldn't, because it's kind of, it's like a paint marker, which don't bleed, but this, I think it's oil based, so it did. Yeah, this is Albert, one of my husband's OCs. I love him dearly. I don't draw him nearly enough. I think he shows up once in the sketchbook, but I actually really, really love him. I've done comics with him. One of the comics I currently have as part of Don's Dead Market is based on Albert and his twin brother. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It is for adults only, so it is some freak shit. So please, if you're a minor, don't even look at this. There's nothing in this sketchbook that I wouldn't show my mom, but like my artwork tends to fall into the category of like erotic and gruesome. So if you check me out on any other socials, please keep that in mind. So without further ado, Albert, a hand study, a small tiny pencil study of some guy's torso that I liked. This page is a disappointment to me. I wanted to do like a little anime Eve, and the actual drawing turned out fine, but I used my really, really, really cheap dollar store markers, and I could not, for the life of them, for the life of me, get them to cooperate. So it turned out very blotchy, very poorly done. I did my best though, so it's fine. The sketchbook is for experimentation anyway, so it can be ugly. This is a little bit of like graffiti stuff. I used to do like a lot more like little graffiti doodles and stuff when I was a kid, or younger rather. So yeah, I just had a little bit of fun with doing that in this sketchbook. Salt and Sanctuary is a game I really like, so hence the salt and the sanctuary. I don't know what one, I think it's 1.5% like skim milk was like kind of like the idea I had. But yeah, I don't think it was funny to me, so that's what matters at the end of the day, I think. This is, yeah, more doodles, more playing around with Poscas, because this is, I think I just got Poscas here, and sorry about the creaking, I'm on my floor because I couldn't figure out how to film this on my table. I have the strangest setup right now, but don't worry about it, it's all good. Anyway, I just got Poscas, so I was playing around with them. This sketchbook gets eaten by them, unfortunately. I would like to get a sketchbook in the future that doesn't. I don't know which kind though, so if anyone has any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the comments. Yeah, this is a little Albert doodle, Eve doodle, I don't know, teeth tendon, I don't know, some sort of plant. These were like little, like cheap dollar store markers that I thought were cool, because if you use the white one, like you have like a random white one, and if you use it with the other, like with certain colors, it'll change the color. And I was like, whoa, that's cool, but I literally never used them beyond this, so sad. This is a picture I saw from, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Kamen Rider? Is how I would pronounce it, Kamen Rider. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. It's some sort of show, I think. But I thought this was really cool, and I wanted to like try drawing it. And I am actually really pleased with how it turned out. I was having a bit of a slump. This was in November, and I just felt like I couldn't draw anything like nice, and then this turned out nice, and I was like, yay. So that was cool. And then yeah, more Posca stuff, trying to figure out how they work. I don't love these, but yeah, they can't love everything you do. So this is my character Jack. I drew him as a chibi, but he's a 40-year-old man. He's my oldest OC, and he's pretty. I love him dearly, but I can't draw him. From the start, I couldn't draw him. I have a vision in my head, but as soon as I try to put a pen to paper, it just doesn't reflect what I see in my head. So I'll keep trying though. One day I'll get him. This is, yeah, ink pen. This is like this type of pen, like just like a basic like micron type. This is a Staedtler, I think, but it's like basically a micron-esque ink pen. Hollow Knight doodles, because I love Hollow Knight. I think I peaked with this doodle, and I don't think I'll draw anything better in my life. So enjoy that, I guess. I just really love that doodle. I don't know what it just hits for me. The Hollow Knight is like my favorite character. The Pure Vessel fight is my favorite of all of them, besides like Nightmare King Grimm. Yeah, anyway, not to go too off on the video game thing. This is Eve drawn in the style of like Salt and Sanctuary, because Salt and Sanctuary has like a really cute like 2010s like super awesome like I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's kind of it's a wonderful game. I suggest checking it out. It's excellent. And yeah, more weird gutsy things. A tiny L, because I was rewatching Death Note and I really really loved that anime when I was younger, and it still slaps to this day. So yeah, more of the night. These were like referenced from some people. I think this was some sort of YouTuber. I have no idea who. And this is like a picture, and these are just like random character doodles. This character is named Sam. He's actually my friend's OC, Dodd. You should check him out. I will post like a little link to his stuff. He's currently making a game called The Kind Blacksmith, and I am so excited to play it. So if you guys are interested in like medieval, horror-y, romancy, visual novel, very cool stuff that I can't really describe adequately, you should go check his stuff out. Yeah, so this is another friend's OC. Their name is Dandy. The friend, not the OC. The OC's name is Landis. He's really cool. I really like him. He's got dope-ass tattoos, and he's from a story that Dandy... Well, I think he's from more things, but Dandy showed me their story that they were working on. It was really cool. Yeah, and so I was drawing him. I drew a little doodle of him as a gift for Dandy because they came to visit, and that was really dope. And then this is a milk carton, and it's drawn incorrectly. I think I drew this from memory. Milk cartons are really hard to draw, okay? It's just like I had this idea for the milk design where like the cow was the M and the udders were like the little dip of the M. But yeah, this is me doodling Eve's name. It's covering up some ideas I have, but that I don't want to share yet, so that's why this page is like kind of skipped. This is some bug studies. I got into, like, I'm really, really scared of bugs. Beetles and stuff. I don't love them. I think they're really cool and I think they should be appreciated, but I am so terrified of them. So I was like, you know what will make me less terrified, hopefully, is if I draw them a bunch. So I started drawing bugs. This one had a really cool skin texture. I'll see if I can like edit it in here so you can see. And I was trying to render it and figuring out different ways of rendering it. And this, you can't really see on camera, I don't think. This would have been the optimal way, but this didn't turn out so well. But then I gave up halfway through because I was like, damn, I fucked it up here, so like what's the point of continuing? And then this is just some random little bugs, an Eve, random shit from February. So I haven't drawn much in my sketchbook because I am primarily a digital artist and I was working on a bunch of comics. But now that the comics are done, and well, An Honest Night isn't done, but it's a personal project, so I don't have to finish it for a certain time. I've been doodling a lot in my sketchbook, and you'll see, like, in March, basically, it picks up until now. So, sorry for the weird cut, but my camera only films 20 minutes at a time, so I have to chop it up. Anyway, this is Eve with the skin of the bug that I saw, which I'm disappointed in because I used too thick of a pen tip and the effect isn't there. But I would really like to revisit this and maybe like on an actual like bigger piece of paper, more finished as a piece rather than just something in my sketchbook. Because I think it would be cool. I think it would look really cool if I took my time with it. So yeah, I like to draw like little patterns sometimes, fucking around with stuff, little loopy things, thorns, Albert again. I think this is like probably the last Albert that has appeared in the sketchbook so far. Just a weird little pose, Eve with a plant coming out of his mouth. This is just Eve is a friar with a bald spot, but it looks really weird, and it's cool though, whatever, you know. This is in March, I believe, is when I started this stuff. Uh, I got this brand, Tombow, again. This was a Tombow, and this is a Tombow, and I really like their markers. So I started doodling with that one, an orange one. Eve Teletubby, I would really like to expand on this concept. I also saw like a picture of somebody standing in front of this really cool patterned wall, like with a bunch of holes, and so I did a little doodle of it, and then I tried to do it bigger, but then I got bored of the dots, so I stopped. Little chibi Eve. I wanted to give him like, I wanted to draw Eve as a chibi, but I wanted to give him like an element that's a bit different from what I would normally draw, and I thought like he would definitely have weird eyes because he's a big staring type of guy. So I played around with different eye styles, and I really like this one, so I've been drawing him like this often. Yeah, a bunch of random stuff. This is March. I was like, I want to try to do a page that's like more like connected, like the spread is more connected, because when I draw, usually it'll be like this side, this side, this side, this side, and I thought it'd be cool to do like something that is like more unified, and I think I like how this turned out. Yeah, a little bird. The studies of bugs. Megaloblata longipennis. Very funny name. Terrifying bug. Cockroach. I'm literally shuddering as I'm talking. Like I have like my skin is crawling, but yeah. Oddly enough, mole crickets aren't that gross to me or terrifying to me. And I've been watching like some videos about them, so I think they're neat, and I think they look cool, and I feel like maybe I could hold one, and I would really like to try, but I have no idea, like, where I would go for that. Like, where do I get one? I don't know. There's some lichen. I think that's how you pronounce lichen. I've literally never heard it spoken before, so whatever. Birds, baby bird. This was, I got a book of puppets and dolls, and I just drew Eve as the various puppets and dolls in that book, and this one's terrifying to me, so yeah. Anyway, this is a redraw of a concept I did in an old sketchbook, and I'm mad because it looks way better in the old sketchbook than it does as the redo, but it was still fun and meditative to do it, because like all the lines and the repetition. I just had this vision. Sometimes I just have a vision in my head and I just want to draw it, and then that's just how it is. This was inspired, lightly inspired by I'm forgetting the word for it, sebaceous gland. They don't actually like look like this, I don't think, but like I had in school we did a bit of like skin stuff, so this is, yeah, that's what that is. So moving on. I really like this page. This was just me doodling on the train on the way to somewhere, and I just had a vision of like Eve with like spider arms but a doll head type of thing. And then I was like, what if I put weird chibi head on other animals? So then I was like, okay, what if I did a flesh fish? And what if I did a flesh like insect? And yeah, it was a lot of fun. This was a study of like a picture of Scully from I almost said Mythbusters. What is that show called? X-Files. This was like a still that was going around, and I was like, ooh, I should try to do that, but I had a very hard time, partially because of like limited things that I had with me, because I did this on the train as well. I had like a couple markers and like Poscas. And I don't know if you can tell, but the Poscas really eat this paper up, so like it was, but I still like how it turned out. It was fine. More Megaloblata longipennis, some type of beetle. I should have written down what it was, but I have no idea. A bat. I don't know which bat. I don't remember. Probably some sort of, I don't think it's a noctule, because they're not usually so big in the head. Like they have a lot of, some of them have really like 80s style hair, and I thought that was really cute. I have a picture of it, but I don't know which one it was. Big brown bat, maybe? I don't know. My husband loves bats, so I know way too much about them, like just from talking to him about them. More Eve. I like how this turned out. It was like I wanted to do like a chibi like full image, and I had this vision for like meat-esque, thorny halo, so that's why that looks like that. This is like me trying to like think of like how I could pose him. Went with that, obviously. A little weevil, some washi tape covering something I doodled and didn't like, and another little Eve. Yeah. More doodles of like poses I would like to do eventually with like Chibi Eve. Sorry about the creaking. My foot is falling asleep. Yeah, I want to do him like draw him on a skateboard, so I did a little ideation, but like didn't follow through with it quite yet. This, I do not like how this turned out. This genuinely makes me uncomfortable, so I'm sorry that you have to see this. I don't know, I just wanted to draw something and that's what came out. This one I'm mad about because I drew, like I started with the colors and then I inked it, but it didn't wait for the marker to dry, and then it bled way too much and it just doesn't look how I wanted to. Yeah, some weird eyes. I saw this E on a sign and I liked how it looked, so I drew it. Eve on a train with his peanuts out. Another bug. Not a real bug. Silk Song inspired flower thing. I don't know. I swear to God, I did not intend to make this look like a penis, but then then I drew the shape and I was like, damn, okay, yeah. And then I tried to kind of like make it like look less like a penis by putting stuff in it, but then it just didn't. Yeah. Little nesting doll Eve, which is an idea I've had for a while, but forgot to draw all the time. And then I saw it on my, like I have a nesting doll on my desk, and then I was like, oh, finally I can just draw this. I'm sitting here anyway, so. A jellyfish study. This I drew, and then I wanted to like shade it lightly with like a light blue, but the blue was not light enough. And then I was like, damn. And then I was like, what if I make it lighter by stippling Posca, like with a white Posca over it, like this thing. And I really like how that turned out. Like I like the effect. I love stippling. So I don't actually do it all that much in this sketchbook, but I really should. I really should go back to my roots. Yeah, and then I tried to apply the technique elsewhere. I don't really like how this turned out, but it's fine. Another little bug study. I really should write down which bugs these are, because like I have no idea. I forget. But yeah, then just some space fillers. I think doing like little shapes like this is really fun. I got a bunch of Molotov markers and some other brands. And these are just swatches to like test them out, because like these markers are really bad for knowing what they look like based on the color like of the like tip. So I always have like little swatches so I can reference them, go back to them and reference them and make sure I'm using the right marker. This was an idea I have for like a painting that like I hate to sketch for it, but like at least I remember that the idea is there. I have stomach issues, and I went to the doctor to like get to do a test, and they put like a probe down my nose for like 24 hours into my stomach, and that was so painful and so uncomfortable and awful. And I do not well, like okay, I not that I don't. I wish it on certain people. People, if you know what I mean, like you know, like it wouldn't be upset me if like Trump had to do that. You know what I mean? But like, it is a very painful, and it's, you know, pain I can deal with, whatever. But it's very uncomfortable and unpleasant, and like constantly there for those 24 hours. So yeah, I do not recommend. But do it if you have to, because it's better to do it than to not. Anyway, moving on. More shapes. I thought it would, like I had a vision of them being like white and then like kind of neon-y almost. This I did with a dip pen. Ignore the fact that it's dirty. I'm lazy. I have to clean it. But yeah, just like a Eve squished face. He ate something sour type shit. I really enjoy working with a dip pen, and especially since I found these nibs that I really like. This nib, I have no idea what it is, but it's very pleasant to draw with. So yeah. Yeah, and then I did a little page of like the shapes with the colors. I like how it turned out. I wish that I had started with like just doing the marker first and then lining it, because I lined it, then I did the marker, then I lined it again, because the Posca covered like bits of the marker, so some bits are wobblier than I would like, but whatever. I'm trying to be looser. I used to be really like obsessed with having perfect lines, and now I'm like, you know what, let them be shaky, whatever, as long as they're done. So it's like a piece of cardboard in there for some reason. And then this is again done with an ink pen, like a dip pen. I was watching some type of video or something, and somebody said something about like imagining like embracing your uncomfortable emotions, like hugging them literally, and I was like, huh, I wonder, wonder what that would like look like. So I kind of just, yeah, I use Eve as my like doll basically to draw anything I have ideas for. So that's what that was, and it was fun. I enjoyed that. And then this is a study of a Burmese mustard tarantula. They're actually like gray and like velvety looking in real life, or at least in the picture I found, but I didn't have the appropriate gray, so I used brown, and I'm actually pretty pleased with how this turned out. I was really like, I'm always scared of drawing something from reference and then having it be ugly or bad, and I just have to push myself to do it, because like even if it's ugly or bad, you learn something from it, right? So, and the thing is that I just realized like way too recently is that it doesn't your studies don't have to be perfect. They don't have to match the reference exactly. They do not have to, like, every line does not have to be perfect. The colors don't have to be perfect. It's still worth it to do it. And call me stupid, but like it took me a long time to realize that, and like not only realize it but like accept it, you know? So this sketchbook has been helpful for that, because I've been drawing these bugs and these insects and arachnids and letting them be imperfect, and it's been very, very nice. So I've enjoyed it. This is just some Japanese tattoo flame type inspired thing, just to fill the space, just to play around with like lines. I really enjoy line art. I'm not so strong with my colors and painting stuff, and I would really like to get better at that stuff, so I'm definitely going to be doing more of that in this sketchbook as well. This is a redraw of the Eve, like with the squished face, but more. Yeah, this is another Jack. He doesn't look like that. I still haven't been able to draw him correctly. It's fine. I will continue to try. Another little Eve, just random, nothing behind it really. This is a page I like. I tried to unify this one as well with the colors, and I did this in approximately April, so this month. Yeah, mosquitoes, some type of, I think, is that a stag beetle? I don't know, some type of beetle, butthole eyeball, because like I had this vision of like a pupil being indented. Now it just kind of looks like an eyeball butthole. Anyway, this, like, just a random doodle. I just realized, like, I started with the ear and then I made his head, like, most of my drawings, by the way, they are, most of them are not pencil and then inked. I just go straight in with ink, except for stuff like, wait, where is he? Stuff like this, or like this, I did actually like do a sketch for with in pencil underneath. You can still see the pencil lines on this one because I didn't want to erase them. But like these ones I erased. But like stuff like this, all of this, most of it is ink, no pencil. This is all ink, no pencil. So sometimes you fuck it up and you make the ear very tiny and weird looking, and then you have to live with your regrets. Anyway, so this is a little chibi bug Eve getting pulled apart but being cute. Weird gut thing, doesn't make any sense. I was watching a YouTube video and somebody posted a picture of a goat, and I was like, I kind of want to draw that goat because like the lighting was cool, and yeah, I had space. I wanted to do it. So, oh yeah, this is just me being like mildly cringe at like in the middle of the night listening to music I like. This is a lyric from a song by the Wonder Years, and the song is called so the way I listen to music, I listen to whole albums all the way through, so I don't necessarily know the names of the songs. I just know the lyrics and like when they come after which song, but I don't know the names, so I'll just write the name like here. There. So it's a good song, check it out. The whole album's great, so Yeah, and then this here is some studies I did with a dip pen. I prefer to do my studies not with a dip pen because a dip pen is a lot slower, and the more I find that I slow down doing studies like these, the less proportionate the things end up. Um, so this bug, I think it's a scorpion fly, is like the English name. The Latin name is Panorpa communis because he's a communist, filthy commie. Um, his head is way too small, and his butt is way too big, and his lobster is too buttery, and his steak is too juicy. No, but for real, it is disproportionate. And it bothers me, but like whatever, you live and you learn. The egret turned out better. Egretta tricolor. Um, but yeah, it was fun. I was listening to like some YouTube video and doodling. So, this is a portrait of a character from a comic book. Well, not comic book, comic anthology. Sorry, that I'm a part of. Called Pit of Eden. The Kickstarter is currently active, so if you want to go check that out and support it, I will post a link in the description.
Hi guys, Editing Evan here. I did a very poor job of explaining what this anthology is about, so pardon me while I talk over myself. So basically, Pit of Eden is an anthology centered around ideas of transformation, body horror, identity, and incorporates elements of Babylonian mythology. It's a really cool project I'm really happy to have been involved in, and I'm really excited to see it come to fruition.
Yeah, so the name of this comic is I Was Enraged in Violent Motion Against the Strong Mountains and Ascended Them. And if that ain't the dopest title, like it's really cool. It's a lot of body horror, very fun stuff. Y'all should check it out. Yeah, like I said, I'll post a link in the comment or in the description. And his name is Eric, and I had a lot of fun time designing him and drawing the whole comic and working with writers because I've never done that. I've always like written my own comics. So yeah, very fun project. This is little Eve with some decorative thorns, vines growing out of his head and through his head. So yeah, just a little space filler doodle. Um, yeah, more stuff. Like I don't know where this comes from. It's just in my head. Some dirt on the ground. Eve with a spiky tongue. A woman. I rarely draw women. I would like to draw them more. I never have as like a kid, and then I just never developed the like ability to like draw a nice woman, and I need to practice that because like I would like to be able to diversify my, um, you know, my skills and range and whatnot. Um, I really enjoy like drawing ugly things sometimes, like ugly on purpose, because like I used to be so afraid of drawing ugly things, and drawing comics has really helped with that because like sometimes you have to like move on from a panel that you're not entirely satisfied with, but like you have 30 other panels to draw, and you've got to keep going, otherwise you won't finish it. And I've always had a problem with finishing things too, but comics has also helped with that. So like I like drawing like this. I find this like ugly but kind of aesthetic. So it's cool. Like it's I don't know. Ugly on purpose is fun. You just have to make sure that you don't get into like the mindset of like, oh, I'm doing it ugly on purpose, so it's fine if I fuck it up and like it doesn't turn out the way I want it to. Which is like it's fine if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, but like you do want to like further your skills, right? So like so long as it doesn't become an excuse is what I'm trying to say. It's a good thing. And for me, I needed that in order to be able to even finish drawing the things that I have drawn or want to draw. Yeah, but everyone's different. So this was just like a bunch of like gesture drawings that I did in 30 seconds. This one was longer than 30 seconds. Bro, 30 seconds is so short. Like I have most of these aren't finished because I cannot finish them in 30 seconds. So I think in the future what I'll be doing is like doing like maybe giving myself a little bit longer, like a minute, and then doing some gesture drawings and working on my anatomy because I haven't really been doing that and I would like to get back into it. I used to do it more as a kid, but yeah. So this is a study from a photo that I did. I don't know when this photo was shot. It's old. It's like black and white, and I don't know like anything about it. I just saw it online and decided to do a little study of it. Um, it turned out okay. I like the lower half, honestly. The upper half, I had a really hard time rendering this guy's face in a satisfactory way. He's a lot more handsome than I managed to render, but that's okay. It's really interesting because like you think that having a small far away face with fewer like lines and fewer like details to the structures of like the features would make it a little bit easier to render, but it's actually a lot harder than it is when you're doing like a real like full up close portrait. So I think that's something I would like to get better at, is like doing small faces, like small in terms of like on the page small, you know. And this is just like another woman, Eve as a woman, random guy, Eve with like I had a vision. It didn't turn out quite the way I like wanted it to, but like spiky eyeballs I thought would be cool, but like 3-dimensional spiky eyeballs. And I kind of carried that over to here with like some spiky light coming from his eyes. I don't know, spiky spikes from the eye, spikes from the mouth, spiky yellow, spiky scar. And this is just me. I wanted to draw something really round and like kind of like work with more value, and I like how this turned out. It looks better in person than it does on camera. I tried to take a picture of it, which is what I'm saying this, because like you can see in the camera picks up all the textures that are in here because I overworked it with the water based markers, but so it doesn't look as blended as it does in real life, but it's okay. I still really like how it turned out. So I would like to do more stuff like this, even if it's just monochromatic. With stuff like this, it's like I had a really hard time. I tried to incorporate more color, like tried to like with the blues and the shadows and stuff like that. I'm not very like practiced in that, and I wanted to like kind of practice it. But I had a hard time blending these markers because they're the water-based ones, and I was like using pencil crayon on top of them, but they didn't work as effectively as I thought they would. But it's okay. It still looks alright. I think I need to like do some more like flesh tone studies because yeah, I would like to get better at that. Just random. I did these last night. So this is the end of the sketchbook. I did these two last night. This was just a study from like a random Pinterest photo I found. And this was just like an idea, but I don't know if I'll actually line it. This one I did partially because I got this marker, because it's cheaper. It's a water-based marker. I'm using water-based because they don't bleed through this sketchbook. Unfortunately, alcohol markers do. I think I already mentioned that, but whatever. And these were like cheaper than the than the Tombow, and I wanted to see how it works. And I really actually like how much coverage this black gave me. Like that's a pretty decent like saturated black. So I'm really happy with that. I might buy more from this brand and see what happens. Yeah, but that's basically it. That's my sketchbook. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like to see more. I might post more anyway, regardless, because I find these sorts of things fun. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day or night or whatever it is. And take care and see ya.